I'm Elizabeth at A Literary Princess, and today I am doing a currently reading video. So, I feel like it's been forever since I talked to you all, even though I've been posting videos. I was away on my honeymoon for 2 weeks, so everything was pre-recorded, but I'm married now, yay. I'm so glad that the whole wedding process is finally over because it was very stressful, but we had a great day and we had a wonderful time in Greece, and we were ready to come home though. So we are very happy to be back with our cats, and now I need to really buckle down and start reading for these exams. How many times have I said that on this channel? Too many to count. But anyway, so I am currently reading, I think, 5 books. So let's start talking about them. So first up, we have Marriage by Susan Ferrier. I just started this yesterday. This is one of my Jane Austen July reads. Ferrier was a contemporary of Austen. Marriage was published in 1818, and it so far is dealing with a woman named Lady Juliana, who's an English noblewoman who falls in love with a poor man from Scotland, and she marries him against her father's wishes, and now they have gone back up to the Highlands to live with his family, and Lady Juliana is finding that this is not what she expected at all. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's really funny. Juliana's an idiot. Like, she's so insufferable. She's just such a brat constantly, but also I kind of relate to her because she has 2 pugs and like a macaw that she brings everywhere with her, and she's completely obsessed with them, and she like feeds them off her plate, and I'm just kind of like, that's me, because I'm obsessed with my cats and my dog. But so, and then the whole host of the Douglas family is pretty funny. So this includes her husband Henry's father, the father's 3 spinster sisters, 5 daughters who are all younger, and then there is 1 older son, Major Douglas, who is married to Mrs. Douglas, who's actually lovely, and we just got her backstory in the part I was reading yesterday, and she was super interesting. And I could have had a whole book about her and been happy. But so apparently we are going to kind of go through things with Lady Juliana and Henry, and then we are going to have their daughter Mary, and she's going to leave the Highlands and go to Bath and be making her marriage choices. So I'm really enjoying this. So much fun. Can't wait to keep reading it. All right, next up is one that I feel like I've been reading forever. And this is Cometh Up as a Flower by Rhoda Broughton. Broughton? Yes. So this was actually on my June TBR, but I didn't get to it. So I picked it up. I might have picked it up at the end of June, but I didn't really start reading it until July. I'm a little over halfway through it. This is the story of a young woman named Nell Lestrange who was from like a high-class family, but they're now very poor. She lives with her father on their kind of crumbling, not very well-kept estate. And she also has this older sister, Dolly, who is very worldly and kind of a bitch. But so Nell falls in love with this guy, Dick McGregor, who is also poor, but he's very handsome, and they just work well together. But her sister Dolly wants her to marry Sir Hugh Lancaster. I'm not really loving this one right now. So it's a first-person narration by Nell, and honestly, Nell is annoying. She's super insufferable. She just, oh God, every chapter she basically starts like giving a monologue, and it's just, I don't know. Oh, she's always quoting poetry and stuff, and I'm like, can you please stop? But then she's always going on about how ignorant she is and how unattractive she is. And I'm like, she's very not like other girls. And I find that really insufferable. But I also just think she's kind of a brat. like, I get it. She's in love with Dick. She doesn't want to marry Sir Hugh. Dolly's a bitch. I totally agree that Dolly is a bitch. But she's so mean to Sir Hugh. And, like, Sir Hugh seems like a genuinely nice guy. And she's just like, I hate you. And I'm like, girl, chill out. What the heck? He's done nothing but be nice. And it's not like he's this horrible person that Dolly wants her to marry just because of the money. I mean, Dolly does want her to marry him just because of the money. Which, you know what? Fair. In their situation, they are extremely poor. They can't even pay the butcher without selling family heirlooms. Like, yeah, okay, I get it. So Dolly's just thinking about money, but Sir Hugh is actually a nice person. He's very friendly with their father. And even before Dolly was pushing him on Nell was just so rude to him. Like, he came for lunch one day and she was just completely bratty. I'm like, I cannot stand her. And I don't know. Like, I get the whole, I want to marry for love. But I'm also like, you are an idiot. And, like, you've known Dick for 2 seconds and you met in a churchyard and instantly fell in love with him, and I kind of don't buy it. But yeah, so we'll see where this goes. I know that Dolly is supposed to be the villain. She is the epitome of ideal womanhood who turns out to be little better than a fiend prepared to sacrifice the life of even her own sister. So I'm interested to see where this goes, but I find that one insufferable. Okay, and next up we have 3 that are either on ebook or audiobook. So first up, we have Imperial Leather, Race, Gender, and Sexuality in the Colonial Contest by McClintock. This is for my feminist theory reading list. I just started it yesterday. I've read the introduction and I tried to start the first chapter and my internet is being really awful and didn't want to load the pages. So that's fun. I'm reading it on from the library website, an ebook version. I've read part of this before and it's quite good. I'm excited to read the rest of it. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think McClintock has some interesting points. She is arguing that basically you can't separate colonialism from obviously race, but also gender, class, and sexuality. And she is arguing that the empire is basically built on the bodies of colonized women. So it's super interesting so far. I'm excited to read the rest of it. Yeah. And then on Kindle, I've got an arc from NetGalley that I have made it like 2% into. This is Babel, or The Necessity of Violence, an Arcane History of the Oxford Translators' Revolution by R.F. Kuang. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I Googled it. If I'm not, I'm sorry. So I somehow missed that this is the same author as The Poppy Wars, which a lot of my friends on Tumblr were obsessed with. I requested it because it just sounded like something I'd like, and I was like, never heard of this author before. No, totally have heard of this author before. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. So this is a story of a boy named Robin Swift, who was orphaned by cholera in Canton and was then brought to London to be trained in classical languages and be enrolled in Oxford. So I am literally like 3 pages into this. Robin has just been brought over to London by Professor Lovell, so not much is happening right now. I just haven't had a chance to read it much. But the book's not coming out until the end of August, which is why I started it so early, so that I can like actually read it and write a review. So I do have plenty of time, but I think I'm really gonna like it based on what I have read so far. So I'm excited to keep going with it. And then last but not least, on audiobook from Libby, I have The Beast's Heart by Leife Shallcross. That's gonna be up here. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that first name right. I'm sorry. But this is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Kind of obvious. but it's told from the Beast perspective. So I am like maybe 15% into this right now. I just started it a few days ago. I honestly I finished Juniper and Thorn and I was like, I want another fairy tale retelling, but I couldn't justify picking up one of the physical ones I have. So I was like, I'll get it on audiobook, ha ha ha, because it doesn't count if you're reading it in a different format, right? I don't know. Anyway, so far this is a very faithful retelling of the original fairy tale by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve, I think is her name, which is not generally the version we're familiar with. We're more familiar with the version by Marie de Beaumont, I think, that was found in Andrew Lang's Blue Fairy book. But so we will see how this goes. So far, it's good. It's not doing anything super special as of right now, but I'm interested to see where it goes. So yeah, those are the books I am currently reading. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of them? What did you think? What are you currently reading right now? It's been great chatting with you all. I will see you soon. Bye.